In news from Jamaica, taking governance to the people. That's a new mantra the ruling People's National Party PNP is singing. The Portia Simpson Miller administration is creating a one-on-one interaction with citizens across the island through its latest initiative. Government officials are hopping across parishes, hosting town hall meetings, sharing the goals and policies of the administration, as well as listening to the feedback and solutions provided by Jamaicans. The initiative is dubbed Power in Your Hands. The first leg was held recently in Kingston at the Campion College Auditorium. Education Minister Ronald Thwaites champions the government's move to improve early childhood education.
We inherited an education system good in its foundation, but mediocre and flaccid in its performance. We have given a new emphasis to early childhood education, the formative years. And in the last 3 years, we have begun an irreversible transformation of early childhood education, turning over 400 inadequate basic schools into infant schools where government support for teachers, where nutrition will now this year reach 138,000 early childhood children, taking them off the bag juice and cheese sticks, and give them proper nutrition, 20% of which is going to be drawn from local produce to nourish them better and to ensure the growth of the agricultural sector.
Meanwhile, the Education Minister brushed aside criticisms that the government has failed to improve people's lives. He insists education is just one of the ministries charting the change.
Many times it is said that the government is passing the IMF test, but not the people's test. Today I affirm that good education available to all our people is the ultimate people's test. Today I affirm that there is a new partnership between private sector, the diaspora, parents, students and teachers. They expected us to fight with the teachers. We have made common cause because our objective is the same. Some say that we are balancing the books but not balancing people's lives. Giving our children and our people at any level the opportunity for a good education, affordable, payable by installments, buttressed by scholarships and bursaries, assisted by the conviction of the Ministry of Finance that education deserves the 30% after debt of the recurrent budget that we get. That is balancing people's lives.
Meanwhile, Security Minister Peter Bunting noted that the government is committed to crime fighting. He says a number of programs have been implemented to build safer and more secured communities. Mr. Bunting pinpointed the Unite for Change initiative, where the focus is centered on community policy. He reiterated that the old paramilitary style of policing will not work. The Security Ministry says fighting crime must address the root cause and not just the symptoms.
It indicates that fatherless children are 11 times more likely to display violent behavior, 9 times more likely to run away from home, becoming victims or perpetrators of crime, twice as likely to drop out of school running, 6 times more likely to have behavioral disorders, 9 times more likely to become gang members, 6 times more likely to end up in prison, and more than twice as likely to experience teen pregnancies, among other things. This is precisely why the Ministry of National Security, since February this year, has entered upon a parenting campaign. We've partnered with National Association for the Family, the National Parenting Commission, and we're doing work at the root cause of a lot of our issues, not just fighting the symptoms. One of the other things we're doing is to work to empower communities to be co-producers of their own community safety and security.
And those in attendance were also afforded the rare opportunity to pose their questions to government officials. One youth advocate was concerned about the homeless in and around Kingston and St. Andrew. He posed this question to Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Angela Brown-Burke.
With relations to the homeless, I've seen recent times when President Obama was in Jamaica, the homeless were taken care of, they were taken off the streets. I want to know what is the follow-up plan of action. You have spoken about a plan of action to deal with such in terms of the municipality. So what is the plan of action for the homeless and the destitute in and around Kingston and its environs?
People keep talking about the fact that we have removed the homeless when Obama came. So let me go back to pre-September 2014, when individuals from all walks of life, quite rightly, were saying the KCC was doing nothing about the homeless on our streets. And we took that seriously. And so what we did is that we called all the stakeholders that were working with the homeless population to say, listen, what do we do? How do we combine our resources? How do we make sure that we serve the homeless population as they deserve to be served? We have removed 161 or 62 persons from in and around Justice Square. We haven't taken them to Manchester, as some people are saying. We haven't taken them to Clarendon. We haven't tied them up in a corner. What we did, because we had a multidisciplinary team with us, we made the assessment. 61 of them needed medical care, and we took them to Kingston Public Hospital. 60 out of them, given their mental state, were admitted to the Bellevue Hospital. 18 of them were reintegrated with families. And the balance of them we took into our shelter.